Kylian Mbappe, after several years of waiting, countless rumors about his arrival, and 2 World Cups in the meantime, it finally happened. The Turtle has arrived at Real Madrid to become the standard bearer who will guide this team to establish a massive dynasty that will dominate Europe for years to come. Or at least, that's what we were expecting. But the truth is, reality is quite different from what we imagined. How is it possible that the man who led his national team to win a World Cup and came inches to winning another final against the football GOAT is now going through the most challenging moment of his professional career and precisely at the club of his dreams? This is the case of Kylian Mbappe, considered the potential best player of the new generation, whose poor start to the season is making people question whether he truly deserves the title of global superstar or if his shine is beginning to fade. If you want to know the key points of his difficult season start and how this is not only affecting his individual performance but also the collective success of his team, stay tuned because this is Mbappe, legend or fraud. Summer of 2022, the season had just ended and the transfer market was in full swing. However, there was one player who captured all the attention. The young Frenchman had just delivered a sensational season, scoring 39 goals and providing 26 assists in 46 matches for PSG, standing out as the undisputed star, even above football legends like Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr. On the other hand, there was a team that just won the UEFA Champions League, completing one of the most epic runs in football history. The team, of course, was Real Madrid, the very same club that had eliminated PSG in the round of 16 of the world's most prestigious club tournament. Mbappe and the transfer window saga. As with every transfer window, there was one rumor everyone was talking about: Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid. But for some reason, this year, the rumors were stronger than ever. In 2017, Real Madrid and Florentino Perez had been closely monitoring the Frenchman, trying to bring him into their squad to make him the face of the club for years to come. Despite previous failed attempts, Real Madrid refused to give up, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity for the Turtle to join the Spanish giant and strengthen the reigning European champions squad. However, it turned out to be a strategy by Mbappe to negotiate a contract renewal with Paris Saint-Germain, temporarily making him the highest paid player in the world. 5 months after all the uproar caused by Mbappe's renewal with PSG, the Qatar World Cup began, leaving us with many unforgettable moments. Cristiano Ronaldo crying inconsolably in the corridors after Portugal's elimination by Morocco, Messi lifting the trophy, and more, but that's not the focus here. Kylian Mbappe had a dream tournament, breaking the champions' curse and leading the French team to their 2nd consecutive World Cup final, scoring 8 goals and providing 2 assists in 7 matches. Yet, not everything was rosy. Despite scoring 3 goals in the final, becoming just the 2nd footballer in history to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final, his efforts weren't enough against Argentina's national team. With Messi leading the charge and an incredible Emiliano Dibu Martinez in goal, Argentina's national team were crowned world champions, denying Mbappe the chance to become a 2-time World Cup winner. Despite the heartbreak in Qatar, Mbappe didn't lower his level. He continued putting up video game-like numbers, culminating in the 23-24 season with his best goal-scoring record, 44 goals and 10 assists in 48 matches for PSG. Yet, he still couldn't find success at the club level. Winning League One wasn't enough. His true goal was to lift the Champions League trophy. Meanwhile, as Mbappe continued to fall short in his quest for European glory, another team managed to win the prestigious trophy that season. As you might have guessed, it was Real Madrid. Led by an exceptional Jude Bellingham and a magnificent Vinicius Jr., the Spanish side secured their 2nd European title in 3 years. At the end of the club's season, with the transfer market reopening, all eyes once again were on Mbappe. This time, however, it felt different from previous years. It wasn't just rumors anymore, it was an open secret that Kylian Mbappe would join Real Madrid. Renowned journalists, major media outlets, and the entire football world took it for granted. The Turtle would arrive in the Spanish capital after the Euros. The long-awaited announcement didn't take long. 2 days after winning the UEFA Champions League, Real Madrid released a statement informing the world that after years of anticipation, it was finally a reality. Kylian Mbappe Loton was now a Real Madrid player. The media erupted and the French star became the world's hottest topic. However, the season wasn't over yet, and Mbappe had one more challenge: winning the European Championship with France. Things didn't go as the Frenchman had hoped. Midway through the tournament, he suffered a facial injury that forced him to wear a protective mask for the remainder of the competition. Despite being the favorites to win, the French national team was eliminated in the semi-finals by Spain. As for Mbappe, his performance in the tournament was quite disappointing. In 6 matches, he scored only 1 goal, marking what many now see as the beginning of the French superstar's decline. After a month-long vacation, European football resumed, and the first match was the UEFA Super Cup final between Real Madrid and Atalanta. This was Kylian Mbappe's official debut for Real Madrid, and it could only be described as a dream debut. In his first match, he scored his first goal and won his first trophy with his dream club. Everything seemed perfect, the reigning European champion boasting the best squad in the world and now the best player on the planet in their ranks. It felt like we were witnessing the birth of a truly generational team. Come on, Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Valverde, Courtois, Modric, all these stars in one team? What could possibly go wrong? Well, quite a lot actually. To begin with, Real Madrid didn't have the best start to the league, managing 2 draws and 1 win in the first 3 matches. Mbappe, despite his high-profile arrival, didn't make a difference until the 4th match of the domestic tournament, where he scored 2 goals and ended his poor streak. After the game, the Frenchman scored in several consecutive matches, but something seemed to have changed in him. He no longer dribbled the way he used to at PSG. He appeared slower, clumsier with the ball, and less sharp when shooting on goal. A completely different player. In the UEFA Champions League, things were even worse. In his first 3 matches, while Real Madrid secured 2 wins, the player stealing the spotlight wasn't Mbappe, but Vinicius Jr. Vinicius is a key factor in Mbappe's performance. Both players occupy the same position on the field, left wing. Therefore, one had to adapt to play centrally, and in this case, the sacrifice was made by Kylian. Even though he had come to lead Real Madrid, this team already had a leader and a main star, Vinicius Jr. Over the last 2 years, many comparisons have been made between Vinicius and Mbappe, with the general consensus that the Frenchman was the better player. However, when they play together, Vinicius clearly outshines Kylian, leading to many questions whether Mbappe truly is the world-class player everyone thought he was. Despite Vinicius Jr.'s outstanding performance, Real Madrid hasn't managed to find a clear playing style, resulting in dropped points both in the domestic league and in the Champions League. This could be due to several factors: poor tactics from Ancelotti, ineffective locker room management, injuries, Toni Kroos's departure, or perhaps the blame lies with Kylian Mbappe. Who should we hold responsible for Mbappe's poor performance and Real Madrid's struggles as a team? The squad is nearly the same as before. While it's true that Toni Kroos's departure was a significant blow to Ancelotti's team, he was the one who controlled the midfield. It doesn't explain such a dramatic decline for Mbappe. After all, a player similar to him, like Vinicius Jr., continues to shine regardless of the circumstances. The climax of Mbappe's poor form was on full display during El Clasico against Barcelona. Not only did he fail to score or assist, but he was entirely irrelevant in the match and was caught offside 8 times. This match marked a turning point of the season as we saw an Mbappe who lacked confidence and the trademark qualities that once defined him. Adding to his poor performances at Real Madrid is the fact that since the season began, he hasn't attended any national team cups, claiming he's taken care of himself and will only participate in important matches. If that weren't enough, after several disastrous matches including missing 2 penalties in a single week, the French forward seemed to be recovering his form, scoring in several consecutive games. However, in his latest UEFA Champions League match, where he was finally performing at the level expected of him and even scored a goal, he unfortunately suffered an injury that forced him to leave the game before the first half ended. After 4 months at Real Madrid, it seems the main issue for the Frenchman is that he hasn't fully adapted to the team or a system where the play isn't built around him. He must share the spotlight with other stars like Vinicius and Bellingham. Naturally, this has brought a wave of criticism from both the Spanish and French media. This is a challenge Mbappe will have to face throughout his time as a Real Madrid player. As the most successful club in the world, the expectations are much higher than what he experienced at his previous teams. As Karim Benzema said, Mbappe has to learn to live with the pressure. If you don't score a goal, they'll come for you, but that's why they brought him here. Only time will tell if Mbappe truly came to Real Madrid to become a legend or if he's a fraud. For now, we can only wait for his recovery and see if he can finally overcome his adaptation issues and return to being the player who once dazzled the football world. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. See you next time!